episode. Very happy to be here. If you're into gold, silver, crypto, this is the channel for you. Let's go. So yeah, it's Christmas, guys. Wonderful day. Wonderful Christmas. There's not really too much snow out. But that's okay. And today, this is the gold and silver special. We got to talk about precious metals, guys, because they're going crazy. Hey, Merry Christmas. Walt Miranda. Yeah, I'm going to work today on Christmas, but before I go to work, I'm going to see if I can get a few new subscribers on here. So yeah, I got to go. I'm going to make time and a half, so I'm excited. Got to go make some money. Maybe next Christmas, hopefully I'll have a family, maybe a little kid brewing in the oven, and things will be different next year. But for now, we got to suffer. That's okay. And success will come. It always will come. It's a grind, all right? Even on Christmas, success is a grind. Happy holidays. Thanks, Jesus Rodriguez. We're here on Christmas. I almost can't even believe that this is happening. But it is. We are here. The earth is still didn't explode yet. Got to go meet some women. Yeah. That's true. But maybe another day. Maybe another day. Another day. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. Why is the fake chain turning green? Yeah, we can always talk about the chain. If I run out of things to say, which I am, I just pretty much got up. I don't know what to say. So if I run out of things to say, I just acknowledge the chain. Yes, it's fake. Okay. Yeah. Whatever, dude. It's fake. So that always helps. That's a good talking point. If I lose my train of thought, which now I don't even have a train of thought. So I'm just going to, dude, I'm hungry. I just got up. I got to go check my mail too. I could have mail coming in for Christmas. Haven't checked the mail in about a week and a half. I'm sure the mailbox is full. I'm even going to have a little bit of pre-workout. Not that I need it, but just because I like it. You got to focus on building wealth and building strength. Those are two key things that every man needs. Wealth, to be the provider, and strength, because physical strength can actually help with mental toughness. Getting through grueling workouts can help you in just day-to-day life. It'll make you much more stronger, much more resilient. Okay? You got to stay strong. And you got to stay strong on these investments too. Don't back out, you know. And yeah, you guys, if you're going to become an investor, if you're going to try to get rich, you're going to make so many mistakes, okay? I've made countless mistakes. You can't even believe it, how many mistakes I've made since I've been trying to level up. Many of those mistakes you don't really see until after the fact. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have sold that stock that soon. Maybe I shouldn't have sold silver that soon. You know, one of my buddies, I told him, you know, silver was like $35. I was like, buy some silver. I told him to buy some silver. It's going to 200. So what does he do? It goes up to 50 and then he sells. It goes up to 54 and then he sold some. I was like, bro, but I told you it was going to 200. Why'd you sell at 54? People are poor. They need money. So they're tempted to sell. Do not feel that temptation, guys. I mean, I know it's hard to resist, you know, when you've been investing for a long time, but like I said, I didn't sell any physical myself, and I don't even feel the need to. Guys, you got to tell yourself the physical metal is for your whole family. It's not for you to freaking have fun with and go blow the money and buy a nice car. It's for building generational wealth to help out that next generation, so that they can become wealthy too. They can be good providers. You got to become a good provider for your family, because if you're not, you're going to be stuck eating unhealthy food, cheap garbage. What do people do? They go buy cereal, not good. You got to eat healthy. So you got to buy high quality meats rather than just eat cereal for breakfast. Okay. Having cereal for breakfast is like one of the worst things you can do. It just gets you a massive freaking sugar rush, spikes up your blood glucose, your insulin levels. It's not good for your brain to do that. The best thing to eat in the morning, I would say, is probably nothing, or have, some tea, have meat, steak and eggs, bacon. That's really the best thing to have. I would say, eggs, bacon. If you want to throw in like a piece of whole grain toast, you can, but I'm not a huge fan of too many sugars and carbs. But as long as it's complex carbs, that's good then. MAGA. I'm not about MAGA. I'm not about Trump. I know everything there is to know about Trump, and once you learn a certain amount, and you have to accept it too, you have to accept the truth, then I believe you will turn against Trump, because he is compromised. So I'm sorry, but yes, Trump is compromised. And now he's seizing oil. I'm pretty sure Russia and China are thinking that the laughingstock, they think that the U.S. is a laughingstock. We're the laughingstock of the world with Donald Trump, And I used to like this guy. But you got to come to realize, you're no good. Yeah. So today we're going to look at some potential use cases for silver in 2026 and beyond. Okay. Very, very important. Silver is one of the most useful metals in the entire world. It's not really as useful as steel, though, because they make entire buildings out of steel, but steel is much more common, so that's a better choice for a building. And copper is a little bit more useful, but it's more common. Hello, sir. Merry Christmas. Yeah, I put a little bit of creatine in my morning shake. Yes. I laugh at you as if everyone looked like you. Yeah. Yeah. But you wouldn't if everyone had gold like me. From my experience, it doesn't matter how you look. It's how much gold is in your pocket. It's how much silver you have. Okay? I think that's much more important. Not how you look. It's how much gold and silver. How much real money you have. Not about how much cash you have in the bank. Okay? Cash is going to go down in value. It's about how much gold, silver, platinum, palladium, rhodium, if you're into that. I'm not into rhodium. But yes, true wealth is measured in ounces. Okay? Remember that, guys. True wealth is measured in ounces. So next time you're thinking about selling your silver here, rethink it. If you want to sell here, it's because you need the money. And I understand that. But try to find another way. Try to find another way to get the money. If you just got to pay rent, you guys, you can't let yourself get into a position where you need money. Or you need money that you don't have. So you have to sell your investments. Okay? Dude, straight out of 06. Straight out of 2006. Yeah, I remember 2006 quite well. And my buddy wore his hat sideways like that. And now he's dead. So that's kind of why I like to do it, to remember him. So yeah, I'm in a way I'm living in 06. Mentally, I'm in 2006. hanging out with my buddy that's still here, you know. That's why I do it. Plus, I like to see up. If you wear a hat like this, you can't see up. If you wear it like this, you can see. So it just makes logical sense to wear the hat sideways. Plus, it's a good style, you know. I think we should bring that style back, in my opinion. So, hey, that's tough. What do you think will be the price of silver next week? Because it reached top resistance or no? I don't think it reached top resistance at all. Top resistance is never going to be reached. All that we will have is temporary resistance, okay? We'll have a temporary top. But yeah, we're going to be good on silver. Silver's never going to top. It'll just keep going higher forever, okay? So, but for next week, I'd say if the momentum is going to continue in the short term, we should hit 75. Obviously, that's what it's going to be. We should be at 75. But if we run into more selling pressures, or we have some really bad days in the stock market, people tend to throw the baby out with the bathwater. So if we see a big drop in the markets, silver could drop a little bit as well. Yeah, silver could even pull back to $50. What I want to tell you is don't be scared. Silver could pull back to $20. But if that happens, that'll just be an opportunity to buy more. Okay, I'm not selling any silver. All right, no, I'm not selling. I haven't sold any physical silver or physical gold. I sold a little bit of my AGQ, the ETF, because I needed a little bit of money. Okay, and that's one mistake that I made. I sold a little. I still have tons of that, but I sold a little bit, and I shouldn't have sold it. It's because I'm poor, and I was having a lot of stress. Yes, a lot of stress with because I didn't have a car, and I even set up a GoFundMe to try to get you guys to help donate for a car. Someone actually donated $100. So I was under a ton of stress. So that caused me to sell a little bit of that, but that's okay because I didn't sell anything else. I still got tons of gold and silver stocks. It's not okay, but it is what it is. You live and learn. So we got to constantly tell ourselves that, not to be afraid, not to be stressed out by anything. Stressors are what cause us to make mistakes in the stock market. Too many stresses adding up in our personal lives. Okay. That's what I'm learning about on my personal training. I'm taking personal training courses. And they tell you that all these different stressors of life, and they go through a list, 30 or 40 or 50 different stressors that can cause your body to stay weak, to not be able to build a lot of muscle. Okay? So stresses in your life, you have to try to eliminate them. The number one stressor usually is being poor, or it's your girlfriend left you, or you are in a bad living condition. You're living in a bad place. So you've got to fix these problems. And it takes time. I was living in a bad place since I was about 23 years old till just about a year ago. So I spent about 17 years of my life living in a bad place, a bad physical location, living with people that I didn't know before, living with people that I didn't get along with just because I had to, because my family wasn't willing to help me, accept me back in or anything like that. They kicked me out. So I was very depressed for a lot of years. And then I just realized I had to start fighting much, much harder. And being depressed like that, it makes you want to drink, and I just said, okay, I got to fight through this. Even though I've had all these bad years, it sucks. Even though I should have been rich right now, but I'm not, I said, well, I've still got time. I'm going to get rich. So I started saving a little bit of money at a time, putting a little bit of money in an emergency fund so I could get my own apartment. I started putting money in gold and silver again. You guys, I used to buy gold and silver back in 2000 to 2005 or 6, 7, 8, So I started to just forcing myself to save money, do whatever it took. I was battling with drinking. I had to try to physically force my body not to drink it, to try to fight my body like this. I had to actually fight myself. And it's really a battle of the mind. Coming out of poverty, it's all in the mind. It is. So I had to research psychology to learn how to overcome my weakness. Okay, let's look at the comments, guys. So yeah, what do you think? Yeah, the price of silver is going to go probably 75 next week, but or if it, I don't make predictions short term, but I would say we could hit 75, maybe 77. So you guys are not buying physical silver or gold. Where do you buy the silver if it's not physical? I buy physical. I prefer physical silver and gold. But really, you do want to load up on the ETF. It's called AGQ because that will rise in value twice as fast as physical. So I believe we should have some physical and also some of the ETF. It's called AGQ. So physical is going to move like this. AGQ is going to move like this. So what happens is you can sell this AGQ, take the money, and buy the silver. Okay? So also, your stocks, if you have silver and gold stocks, when those reach peak values, you can sell those and then eventually buy back physical metal. Okay? Same thing with cryptocurrency. If you make money in cryptocurrency, you can sell that and then buy, real gold, real silver. That's what I believe this is the process of turning fake money into real money. Crypto being fake and then gold and silver being real. Okay? So I invest in crypto, and when I sell, I buy gold. All right? Just so you guys know kind of my strategy. All right? So, but where do I buy it? I buy my silver from Provident Metals. Provident Metals. Am I wearing a Wonder Woman hat? No, it's Pikachu. Yeah. Jesus. Today's the best day for Jesus. Jesus was born in Bethlehem. And most people, the other cultures of the world do not believe that Jesus is the Messiah, and they want to talk about Christmas more of a fun thing and not be serious about it. Christmas is not all about fun and games and presents and Santa Claus. I believe that Santa Claus is satanic because it is a distraction from Jesus. It's about Jesus. They replaced Jesus with Santa Claus. It's a big scam, and it's all about buying presents and spending money. Christmas ain't about spending money and all that, guys. How are you going to buy presents and all that and have all fun, but not actually celebrate the birth of Jesus, And there's hardly any freaking politicians talking about peace, okay? So this is not right. The world is in a very bad state. It's all about spending money. All right. Day is the best day for Jesus. Yeah. They brought Jesus silver and gold. I thought they brought him frankincense, myrrh. What were the three gifts? Frankincense, myrrh, and gold? Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Yes. I don't know if they brought him silver too, but it says they brought Jesus gold. Gold is a precious metal historically associated with royalty, me, and wealth. Well, also me. Just kidding. By presenting gold, the Magi acknowledged Jesus as the King of the Jews. He was the King of the Jews. But then the Jews didn't actually believe that he was who he said he was. and they're still waiting. And they're going to be waiting a long time. But some Jews are coming to Christ, just not that many. The gift not only honored his royal status, but also served a practical purpose, as it could help finance the family's escape to Egypt. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, they could have used that gold to escape to Egypt. They probably did. Frankincense, symbol of divinity. Wow. Christmas is about joking under the mistletoe. No, it's about Jesus. Do I know how much my chain is worth? Yeah, I'll tell you if you give me a super chat, guys. We're trying to make some Christmas money. B-Rad, the stock broke guy. B-Rad, the stock broke guy. Were you taking your HRT with that water? Don't take HRT. I don't believe in it. Mistletoe, every Christmas tradition, the tree, mistletoe, Yule log, eggnog, is all worshiping a different god. I believe that. Wow. That's insane. Yeah. It's all the evil is seeping into this country for over 300 years. So the gifts was fake chain at Best Buy shirt. Jesus was never a king, never fulfilled any prophecies, and was a liar. Jesus fulfilled a lot of prophecies, okay? Oh, yes. Just his birth alone was the fulfillment of a prophecy, okay? And yes, Jesus did many great things. He saved Lazarus from the dead. He actually could make the blind see, you know? And that's one of the reasons that Jesus is remembered 2,000 years later, because he did a lot of crazy stuff, you know, that no one in the world ever did before. Other people have always tried to fake miracles, but Jesus' miracles were actually confirmed, because after he rose from the dead, he died. It was recorded that he was stabbed with a spear and water came out. So yes, he rose from the dead. He did a lot of good things. He did a lot of crazy stuff. So he is remembered today. His chain ain't that much if he's asking for super chats. Yeah. Ask a super chat. I need a super chat, guys. Let's go. Yeah. This chain's worth money, but I don't want to sell this to go buy food right now at the store. But if you give me a super chat, I can go buy food at the store. Make sense? Do they make a hat with a bigger rim? If they do, I need to buy it. You look very fake and confusing. Yeah. That's usually the typical response that I get. Stick around, you'll see what I'm really like. Constantine blended all religions together, choosing Christmas Day to worship. Pick a god, you can worship it on that day. Well, there's only one God. So, read my comment, fam. I'm not kidding or trolling. Jesus did meet the gods, but his real message, now I'm dead. You actually need to read the Bible and study it. You would know that it's pure nonsense, dude. Well, all right. Let us read. Let us study. Later. Yeah, I've read it, and it's not nonsense. Merry Christmas. So, yes, myrrh, symbol of suffering and sacrifice. Myrrh is a resin used for embalming and as perfume, often associated with death and suffering. This gift symbolizes the future suffering of Jesus and his ultimate sacrifice on the cross. That's crazy. That's even a prediction. Giving Jesus myrrh was predicting his suffering, even with the 3 gifts. Wow. That's kind of crazy. Context of the gifts. Come to the conclusion God keeps his word. Everything he said he will do in the Bible, he has done. The only thing he hasn't done is return. Hopefully that doesn't happen today, because I got to go to work. No, that wasn't me. I said Jesus did meet the goals and God sent him. Oh, I wanted to say something because you guys accuse me of prosperity preaching, but it's actually you guys who bring up the idea of God all the time. And like I was preaching. No. Prosperity preaching is when a preacher tells his audience that they will become wealthy if his audience gives. I don't tell you guys that you're going to become rich if you give to me. I tell you guys you're going to become rich if you put in the work, if you read, if you study money, if you put in the work to increase your education, take online courses, if you invest in gold and silver, okay? So you don't have to give to this channel to get rich. I'm teaching you how to put in the work, okay? So yes, somebody accused me of prosperity preaching, but it was not. And I had a feeling when he said that it was a total different thing. But still, in the moment, he looked like it was like I gotcha. It was like that. That's what he was trying to do. But yes, they're totally different things. I am not prosperity preaching. So enjoy your Christmas. Thanks. Facts. I left because of that teaching you're speaking against. They make me sick, and truly I walked. What's the difference between AGQ and SLV? AGQ is better. That's the difference. It's more leveraged. It's a 2X. 2X silver. Okay? I told you guys to buy AGQ when it was $35. Now it's up to $167. Okay? If you guys want to get rich, stick with this channel, give a donation. No, you don't have to give a donation. But I'm going to try to help you guys get rich. It's not financial advice though, okay? I will try my best to help you get rich. But you are going to have to listen to what I say. And it is not going to be easy, okay? It is a grind. Even if you are pretty smart, getting rich is still going to be tough. You're going to have to give up a lot of your addictions. If you're addicted to alcohol, I think you have to give it up, okay? If you're addicted to women, I think you're going to have to give it up. Because if all your focus is on women, how are you going to focus on leveling up your life as much? Okay? That's good. The returning of the Father through Christ. Okay. Can you not talk to us while you're eating? This is the only time that I have. Dude, I got to go to work. I got a little bit of time to talk to you guys, to try to build my channel up, to build my brand, my business. And it just so happens that I have to eat as well. I don't really get a lot of free time for my channel, guys, because I'm always working. But let this be an example to you. You got to eat healthy, okay? Olive oil. Good. Very healthy. Wait, what? Okay, you got my sub. That's energy, not death. We have to eat living things. He says, this guy is fascinating. That's funny. I'm going to tell my buddies at work that you said that I'm fascinating. They're going to be like, no, you're an idiot. You're not fascinating. You're an idiot. That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to think. But what they say, they'll say something nice. And I'll be like, yeah, okay. It's better than him eating and not saying anything. Shit, guys, I'm doing the best I can. I try to get healthy fats, vegetables, fiber. So, the case for silver. The whole key with this kind of stuff, eat it really quick. I think the longer you let it sit in the fridge, the worse off it's going to be. So buy this stuff, eat it within 2-3 days, and then wait a couple, and then go back and buy more. All right? Go back and buy more. Good stuff, guys. You can read thoughts, LMFAO. Bro, stop thinking so badly about yourself. You have to work on Christmas. Yeah, but it's time and a half. I can buy more silver. No, I'm not going to buy any more silver right now. I already am locked and loaded on silver on physical, but I want to buy more junior mining stocks for the mania phase. Okay, guys. The big stocks like your AEM, wheat and precious metals, those go up first. Then you have the smaller ones like are going right now. Hecla, I Am Gold, New Gold, if you will. Silver Corp, Centerra Gold, Courier Mining. Those ones go up next. And then what happens next is going to be the even smaller ones, okay? The PZG, the Goro, okay? And then what happens during the mania phase is the penny stocks. The gold and silver penny stocks will explode. And guess what, guys? Those give the biggest gains, okay? The big stocks, like the wheat and precious metals, that went from what, like $20 to what is it now? 120 or something? I don't even know. And then, so those have the smallest gains. Then the mid-cap stocks have a little bit bigger gains. And then the gold and silver penny stocks, those explode. Okay? They explode. So that's where I'm putting my money right now, on the gold and silver penny stocks. And these are the ones to get rich on, guys. The other stocks, they won't really make you rich. Yeah, you can make a bunch of money. But if you really want to get rich, penny stocks. Okay? I have a list of gold and silver junior penny stocks that you can get if you go on my Patreon. And I am loading up on a lot of these, okay? Locking and loading. And so I hope that gold goes down a little bit because it's going up too fast. Okay? If it keeps going higher and if silver keeps exploding, these penny stocks are going to go through the roof. And I don't really have enough. Okay? So I'm buying more gold and silver penny stocks right now. So this guy's got a lot of pennies. Nice. Choose wisely what you do with your hands. That guy gave you, most importantly, with your heart and your mind. Wow. That's some good advice on here, dude. Thank you. I do say that idle hands are the devil's plaything, okay? Penny stocks for chumps. Yeah. One time I bought a penny stock for $100. I made 7,300. That was a 73x. Okay? And I've seen other penny stocks go up even higher than that. All right? So, yeah, we got to get serious about the penny junior miners because those always go at the end during the mania phase. Okay? What I'm saying is you don't want to buy just any penny stocks. Okay? I'm specifically focused in on gold and silver penny stocks. That's the place to be. All right? Conan O'Brien, you should start a family with a rich girl. I think that's your best shot. No, I want to find a poor girl and then give her a good life. That's really what I want to do. Find a poor girl that doesn't care about money, and then I want to give her all the money that and I want to provide everything for her. Just find someone that's really poor that values other things, and then I'm going to give her that money, and we're going to have a great life. Hopefully, in my future, good things will happen, and good things will happen to all of you guys as well. All right. If you want to save for retirement, don't listen to this guy. Open yourself a stock portfolio. Nobody ever retired at a loss by controlling the S&P 500. Yeah, he's saying just invest in the S&P 500. Well, I am saying invest in gold and silver. Okay. So what did he say? Nobody ever retired at a loss by contributing to the S&P 500 every paycheck until retirement. Yeah, because the S&P 500 is doing well, it's doing well. You think the U.S. market's going to do well forever? No. I think it's going to do very poorly compared to gold and silver. We just had a major breakout. I always discuss this. We had a major breakout, gold compared to the S&P 500 and gold to the Dow. Okay. So now I think gold and silver are going to do very, very well. And the Dow and all the major stock markets are not going to do well. So you got to ask yourself, nobody has ever done poorly by DCAing into the S&P 500. If it's been so good for so long, why would you think that would continue forever? Many good things do come to an end. Okay? Many good things do come to an end. And I believe that the U.S. market will not perform as well as it has done in the future. I think that the U.S. markets are in a topping process right now. So I think that this guy is wrong. I think that, yes, the markets are in a topping process, and I think that they're going to reach their peak probably in 2026. And then when they go down, they might go down for a long time. And then a lot of the stocks that are not on the Dow Jones and the S&P, these are mining stocks. These are going to be the stocks to be. This is going to be the place to be. And the stocks that are on the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, this is not going to be the place to be anymore. It's going to go towards commodities. Okay. So yeah, you're saying nobody's ever done poorly by investing in the S&P. I believe they will. I believe that things will change. Okay. So, but yeah, thanks for the comment though. Why are you sitting here on a live? Go make some money and contribute to society. I'm going to go to my full-time job, bro. I'm working on Christmas. So please don't talk like that. I'm not even that happy about it that I have to work on Christmas. And then you're just adding insult to injury. I'm just trying to make a little bit of money right here first before I go to my full-time job. Okay, bro, I'm a supervisor. So please help me share this video. I'm trying to make a little bit of coin before I go to my job. And yeah, it sucks to work on Christmas, but we have to do what we have to do. Guys, we're trying to get rich. So I work every holiday, every single holiday. They said, guys, we got to find people that are willing to sign up for Christmas. I'm like, I'll do it. I'll work on Christmas. I was the first person to raise my hand, because if you want to start a life, you want to start a new life, a good life, have a family, be able to send your kids to college, you're going to have to struggle. You got to get that money. You got to get rich. Okay. There's nothing wrong with saying that we have to get rich. That is a perfectly worthwhile endeavor, because if you get rich, you can help your whole family. Okay. You can make every Christmas great. Okay. Getting rich is an honorable thing. Don't ever forget that. Becoming rich is very honorable. Okay. Because then you can help send your kids to college and they won't have to suffer like I did. I never got to get a good education. And I apparently I was smart enough for college, but I just didn't understand how to apply myself. And I never had the money, so I lost confidence. I said, why should I try to go to college and get into debt? If I had the money, I would have went. I would have been like, shoot, I'm going to study hard. Okay. So getting rich is the most worthy thing you can do. It's the most honorable thing you can do as a man, other than, bringing people to God, donating to the poor, things like that. and saving lives. So getting rich is very, very important. And if you understand the money, you understand how to control it, then getting rich is going to make your whole family's lives get enriched. It's going to make everyone's lives better. Okay, so that's why we got to take this seriously. Invest for retirement, invest in the stock market, specific stocks, gold and silver stocks. Okay, also commodity stocks, copper stocks, oil stocks. I'm real big into the commodities. Okay, if you want to get more on the stocks, go to my Patreon. I charge $10 a month. And if you don't like it, then just quit. Okay? Need a bigger trailer first. Yeah, I wish I had a trailer. A trailer would cost almost nothing for insurance. I could save so much more money. I could save for my kids' college better, faster. Okay? So yes, it's not about getting a huge house. It's not about keeping up with the Joneses. What it's about is you got to get a small house so that you can invest into your future, into your family's future. Okay? Get a small house. My government teacher told me to buy land. Yeah. Yeah. I think land, as long as you got a good deal on it. Okay? Right now, the price of land is through the roof. So I'm kind of waiting for that crash. So I don't really want to buy any land or any property. I'm waiting for the crash. All right? But yes, that's generally is a very good investment. And it's also a no-brainer. Oh, just buy land. It takes an idiot could say that because it's been a good investment. But it's not a good investment right when a crash is around the corner. You know, right now you want to be saving your gold and your silver. And then when the crash happens, then you can trade your gold and your silver for land. I think that is the better play. Not financial advice, though, guys. Not financial advice. That's what I'm doing. I believe a crash is coming. So I'm stocking up on gold, silver. So when the crash happens, I'm going to buy my house. I'm going to buy my land, okay? I've seen penny stocks that goes from 5 cents to $900 in one trading day. Yeah. Dude, people can make a lot of money on penny stocks, okay? I have made the greatest return on penny stocks. You just have to know how to pick them. And you don't want to put everything you have into one. People make a lot of mistakes with penny stocks, okay? Biggest mistake, investing too much into one penny stock. And not researching the history. Because if a stock has a history of doing reverse splits, you might want to stay away from that one. Okay? What's your job? I'm a supervisor. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Playboy Cardi. Rich for what? Happy birthday, Jesus. Do you know who Nika? Do you have crystal ball? Oh, no. But I have studied the stock markets for many, many years. Guys, even when I was a degenerate, even when I was on alcohol, I would get drunk and watch videos on the stock market, okay? And watch videos on gold and silver, even when I was at my worst. Even when I was addicted to alcohol and video gaming, I would be playing a video game and I'd be listening to stock information because I always knew that I would one day get the confidence and, the power to give up alcohol and I was going to get rich. It just took me a long time to really get started. Okay. So yeah, even if you guys are in a deep hole, even if you're in a bad place in your life, even if you're depressed, you should still look into the stock market and learn as much as you can about money and investing because you're going to come out of your hole and you're going to need this knowledge. Okay. So Scribes notes furiously, I'm back. Gold prices are at all-time highs. In fact, they're skyrocketing. Well, they're not really skyrocketing. Gold has just doubled. Okay. Yeah. You got to understand that it's not skyrocketing. I know it seems like it because when gold does nothing for so long and then it goes up, it doubles. It seems like a skyrocket, but that's really nothing. I've seen so many stocks, Bitcoin. Let's take Bitcoin as an example. Bitcoin has doubled so many times. Gold doubles once in the last 5 years, and you think it's skyrocketing. I've seen so many stocks double and triple and quadruple, and gold has only doubled in the last 5 years. That's really not that big of a deal. Okay? And I think gold is going to do way more. I think when people start to say gold is skyrocketing, that usually implies that what goes up, what must come down. That's why I don't like that term, skyrocketing. Well, gold's going up. It's going up to where it should be. Gold is going up to where it should have went to a long time ago. Okay. Gold prices are at all-time highs. Yeah. Hasn't really skyrocketed, it's doubled. A double is nothing. When you're talking about investing, a double is very little. Okay. I only buy investments if I think they can 5 to 10x. Otherwise, I'm not even going to buy it. Okay. And I think gold can 5 to 10x here. I think gold can go to 20,000. If morality is just biology or culture, nothing is truly right or wrong. Morality, yes, but it's not just biology or culture. And that's not even a good way of saying it, I don't think. Yet we all know some things are wrong even when everyone approves. Science and math don't explain this. Why? Science and math can't explain the fact that humans instinctively know right from wrong. Yeah, you can say that it does, okay? You can definitely make the argument that science explains why we feel right from wrong. You can. There's people that make all kinds of arguments, and they got a good argument. But, you know, I don't know. And some people use God. They say we morally, instinctively know right from wrong because we were created by God. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what should be right and what should be wrong. But some people that do believe that they came from nothing believe that they can decide right from wrong, you know. But if you believe in God, then right and wrong comes from God. You have an actual moral code. You know, Christians, we have a moral code. The evolutionists and the people that believe in abiogenesis, that life came from non-life, these people that are anti-God, anti-theists, they believe that morality is determined by the needs of society, you know, and many people have a different interpretation of what society needs. Some people think that we should eliminate half of the population. They think that the right thing to do is to eliminate 90% of people because that might help the earth. The earth would be better. Okay. So a lot of people decide what is right and what is wrong. Without God, we're going to have all kinds of people saying what is right and what is wrong. So, and that's going to end in disaster because you see what's happening in the world. It's ending in disaster. But if we all followed a moral code, we would be in a much better place. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. You want to be rich. Why aren't you operating a methadone clinic? How do you know what is God? The Bible. The Bible. So I'm not trying to preach here, guys, but you can ask questions if you want. How do we know what is God? From our study of the Holy Scripture. And from looking, the Bible takes us all the way back to the beginning. That's how we know. It tells us about Adam and Eve all the way at the beginning. It says, even the Bible, in the very beginning, it says, in the beginning. So we know all about God from the Bible. It's all recorded. The Bible written by Paul. Well, Paul wrote some of the New Testament, yes. And he was actually in the presence of Jesus. Paul knew Jesus. Okay. Gotta make some eggs, guys. Yeah, I'm not a theology student, so I'm really not trying to argue for God at this time. We're talking about silver, okay? Can I borrow 40? Damn, pastor and philosopher. A fiduciary. I'm not a fiduciary. And a pastor. My man does it all. Thank you, though. Appreciate that. I have a fiduciary responsibility to you. And I am not intending to mess that up. Okay, guys? Check out the stock. Petro Brazil, Eco Petrol, Barrick Gold, Silvercorp Metals, Centerra Gold, I Am Gold. Okay, guys, check out these stocks. I got a fiduciary responsibility to make you a millionaire. Merry Christmas, dude. YouTube sucks. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it does now. We only got 16 viewers. How do you refute evolution? You can't tell me Adam is where the first man without denying the cold, hard evidence. Well, what evidence, you know? We actually have a lot of evidence that life cannot come from non-life because of the complexity of even the most basic single-celled organism. Okay? Even the most basic single-celled organism is so complex that it is mathematically impossible for it to come together by random chance. And also, you have to look at the early atmosphere, okay? And, you know, life can't evolve with oxygen, and it can't evolve without oxygen. There's really no possible way that life came into being without God. And today is the perfect day to recognize that. Christmas, very important. So we know and have shown how RNA started. You can Google it. Well, we can Google. You can't recreate that in the lab, or we would have done it. You know, it can't be recreated. You can't do that. Life can easily evolve without oxygen. No, it doesn't. It's needed. It can't evolve with it. Well, it can't evolve with it or without it. Look at that. This first example of a mistake is you, God, not real. Yeah, we don't want any evolutionists in here, all right? Take a hike. Yeah. Evolution is a fairy tale for grown-ups. Please, I hate misinformation. Me too. I hate it too. But you can see how worked up people get about evolution. This is their religion, okay? Evolution is their religion, okay? And there is no physical evidence. There is no proof, okay? We have some fossils. The fossil record shows stasis, that organisms don't actually change over time. That's what the fossil record shows. You can look up bats in the fossil record, frogs, monkeys. Over time, everything is in a static state. It stays the same, all right? You can even look at freaking mosquitoes, all kinds of stuff. Yes, there were a lot of extinct animals that couldn't survive in the modern world. So where did you study evolution at? Books in high school is where I started my studies, and then I continued doing my own research after school. Evolution is a religion, okay? You can't see it. It's not biologically possible. We can't witness it, but it must have happened a long, long time ago, far, far away, you know? That kind of a thing. And these evolutionists are like religious zealots. They get so obsessed with evolution and making sure that others believe in evolution. I think you should check yourself sometimes, guys. So evolution is a theory. I'm not saying God doesn't exist. I'm saying it's ignorant to deny the evidence of evolution. What evidence? What is the evidence of evolution? What is the evidence that life can come from non-life? It's a mathematical impossibility, okay? Even the most simplest life form is extremely complex. And, yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So, what is one of the healthiest foods we eat on this channel? Eggs. I try to eat eggs every morning. One of the healthiest foods. Look up what vestigial organs are. Well, a vestigial organ is an organ in the body that is supposedly a useless leftover organ from an animal that we previously evolved from. So the best example is of a supposed vestigial organ is the appendix. However, many people say that the appendix is useless. I say that the appendix was created by God. The appendix has been shown to help in your immune function. There's been a lot of white blood cells found in it. So the appendix is used in white blood cell production. So there are no vestigial organs. This is one of the biggest fallacies of the theory of evolution. They try to claim that there's these vestigial organs, but everything in the human body has a specific purpose, and it was designed by God. Okay? So whales having hooves, they don't have hooves. They do say that whales have these leftover things from legs, but these are used in reproduction so that the whale can actually place itself in the right position. So these are structures that I believe are created by God. Same with snakes. They have these little things. Those help with reproduction, okay? Without those, it would make reproduction very hard. But the evolutionists are quick to call these vestigial, okay? So we live in a multi-dimensional world. Multi-dimensional world. Well, yes, you could say that. I believe there are other dimensions that we cannot see. One of those is heaven. Another one is hell. And there may be other dimensions as well that we cannot even comprehend or see at all, okay? So, have you ever got super chat? Yes, we got a super chat today. I got one for $2. Reporting for misinformation. Yeah, I got this guy. Yeah. Simulation by LOL. Yep, bye. Yeah, buddy, here we go. Walmart final boss. You can say that again. Walmart final boss. I think you have a book on vestigial organs too. Yeah, here. You guys, oh, you ever hear about vestigial organs? Yeah, I've been studying that for over 25 years. Vestigial organs are fully functional. This tells you about all of the supposed vestigial organs, okay? The thymus glands, your nipples, the coccyx, your wisdom teeth, your pineal gland, okay? Tells all about the vestigial organs and how they actually are not vestigial. They have real purpose in the human body, okay? And I also do believe that the human body is not as good as it used to be because we've suffered through a lot of mutations, okay? A lot of mutations. So we used to have room in our mouths for our wisdom teeth, but our skulls are a lot smaller now over time. So we cannot any longer fit the wisdom teeth. That's why we have to get them removed. And it's actually not good to get them removed. Your wisdom teeth have a very valuable purpose, okay? So you can learn all about it in that book. Vestigial organs are fully functional, okay? So yeah. I've been studying this stuff for a long time. It lowers your credibility when you say things like evolution isn't real. It's going to lower my credibility because the vast majority of people living inside the United States believe in evolution. But I think that does need to change. I can help that a little bit, you know. So you're saying that God has a magical garden and that a secret apple, it's not a magical garden. It's called the Garden of Eden. And this is a place that existed long ago. Secret apple that the woman first ate, which is why we all have guilt. Yes, you could read the story yourself. Yes. Okay, it's absurd. Well, yes, it's absurd to you because you were educated in a traditional, you received a traditional education probably. And there's really not a lot of good education out there because the U.S. is anti-God and many other countries are anti-God as well. So you're not really going to get a good education. You're going to get brainwashed. And that's what they tried to do to me. I was like, I could see right through evolution. I knew that was all bullshit. Like, really? Saying we came from monkeys? This is insane, guys. You get me for anything. You get me anything for Christmas. No, I did not get you anything for Christmas. So I wish I did, but I can't. I can't afford it. I could barely afford my eggs, guys. Look at my refrigerator. Well, you guys, I'm trying to get super chats from you guys. I need a Christmas present, guys. Let's go. Let's get my presents. All right, guys. Thanks for donating all of my presents today. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Damn, I feel bad for you, man. Empty. Thank you, though. Thanks for feeling bad. I appreciate that. I appreciate your concern. Really do. So, yeah, trying to look good, guys. Let's get it. Yeah, I'm on creatine, yeah. I'm on creatine, but I don't really drink enough water to even have it be doing anything. Yeah, when you take creatine, you should drink a lot of water. So that's one of my problems. Also, when you take creatine, you should take it with like a juice, like an apple juice or a lot of sugar. And you should take it right before you work out. So take I think the best thing to do if you want to get creatine to absorb in your body, you should take 15 grams with a sugary drink and take it like 30 minutes before you work out. And just do that, and it'll help load your body up big time. All right? Your head doesn't fit the proportions of your body. Are you doing 200 push-ups a day? No, I don't do 200 push-ups a day. Trying to get jacked, guys. Doing the best I can. Trying to stay healthy and get big. What is your New Year's resolution going to be, guys? Got to have a New Year's resolution. However, you know, if you're really smart and really determined, you will have already started your New Year's resolution before the new year begins. I have always known that, even as a kid. Most people, they don't want to start a New Year's resolution, so they wait until the new year. Like I said, if you're smart, you'll start right now. Remember, you gotta leverage time, okay? He has workout streams. Yes, I do workout streams too. We do bodybuilding and we talk about money. Why are you trying to get big? Well, I just love it. You know, that's my hobby. I love to work out. I love to stay somewhat muscular and healthy. Okay, yeah, more silver. Got to get more silver. That's what I want for Christmas is silver. Looks like I didn't get any. Oh well. There's always next time, right? Outperform the S&P 500. Yeah, silver will outperform the S&P 500, yes. Do you use dumbbells or barbell or both? I have one dumbbell, that's it. I want to buy more, but we only got one super chat today. Someone gave $1.99 today. Thank you. It's not enough to get any new weights, but it will be if it adds up. We're going to buy some new weights. Come on, guys, give a super chat. Help me get big. Help me afford some weights. But yeah, if you have one dumbbell, you can do a lot with one dumbbell. All right? You can do a lot. You gave your parents some silver for Christmas. That's a good gift. I respect that. All right, guys, we don't have any more plates. I'm all out of plates, so I got to eat right on this. Damn it. That's the way it goes. Yeah. We got some evolution zealots today. The evolutionists raided my stream. But that's the way it goes. I got to get a fork. Evolutionists are just religious zealots. They believe in evidence that doesn't exist. They rely on a misrepresentation of scientific data. But yeah, that's life. You're going to have that. And evolution is the number one thing that takes people away from God. They say, if nature can do it, we have no Mother Nature. Why do we need God if Mother Nature did it, you know? Mother Nature is this foolish idea that, you know, this Mother Nature, some crazy force, is guiding the process of evolution. Mother Nature is not a real thing. Sorry. Mother Nature is another word for just miracle, you know. Mother Nature is God. So, I want to read a little about silver here. I don't eat cheese. I don't eat dairy. I don't believe in dairy. I don't think it's healthy, and I don't think it's right how they treat the cows and stuff, and they separate the baby cow from the mama cow. So I don't drink any milk. I refuse to, and I think that it's good if you refuse to drink milk, because milk's not healthy. They did a lot of studies on it, and they found out that the dairy industry just wants money, you know, and they're saying that milk is healthy, but it's not. Milk is only healthy if you're a baby cow. Okay, so dairy is just another miracle, so he doesn't like it. Dairy's not a miracle. Dairy is just milk from a cow, you know. If you like the way that they treat the animals, then you go ahead and you drink your dairy. You drink your milk. And milk has a lot of pus in it and, you know, growth hormone and all that stuff. Why do you think a lot of women their bodies are developing very rapidly? Dairy. The women's bodies are developing too rapidly today, okay? And I think it's causing enhanced aging. I do eat meat. I try to get my meat from good sources. Yes, I definitely believe in eating meat. Venison. I think deer meat is the best, especially if you shoot it and you kill it yourself. But the factory farming is really what I disagree with. Factory farming, okay? A better source would be goat milk, I think. Yeah. Yep, I definitely believe in eating meat. Eggs are very good too. So, silver is a versatile metal with applications in electronics, medicine. They put silver in Band-Aids. You can get things like colloidal silver for skincare. Okay, this has silver in it. Colloidal silver. It's very good at killing any kinds of harmful bacteria, infections, skin rashes. Okay, so silver is used in medicine. And there's also those that I think in other countries they're experimenting with injecting colloidal silver into cancer, and it can shrink the cancer. But in the United States, we will not do this because we do not believe in curing disease in the US. We believe in perpetuating more disease so that the medical industry can flourish and people need to make money, okay? But in other countries, they're actually more about health than money. Vegetables are strictly plant-based. Yes, vegetables are plants, yes. Thank you for that comment. If anyone didn't know, vegetables are plants. Good. It's good, guys. So, and silver is also used in solar power, solar technology, making it essential across various industries. So silver is used all over the place, okay? Electronics. Silver is widely used in the electronics industry due to its unmatched electrical conductivity. Printed circuit boards. Someone actually had eggs as their favorite vegetable. Silver is used for connections and contacts between devices like smartphones, laptops, and televisions. Batteries. Silver oxide batteries are known for their high performance and longer life compared to other types of batteries in devices from watches to hearing aids. All right, guys, let's get that super chat going. Silver paste is utilized in printed electronics, enhancing functionality of various devices. Okay. Isn't gold a better conductor? No. I didn't tell you that. Who told you that? Not me. Somebody told you that. Gold is a very good conductor, but it's good because it doesn't corrode, okay? Silver is a better conductor, but gold won't corrode. So what you could do is you could have a freaking wire made out of silver, but it's coated in gold, so it will never corrode. Gold is basically non-reactive. Copper is a great conductor too. I love copper. Copper is one of my favorite assets. Gold is 32% more conductor than silver. No. I think silver is a better conductor. Yeah. Gold just don't corrode, okay? So that you got to listen to me, bro. You got to listen. Gold has more resistance than silver, making it a less desirable conductor to use. But gold does have some benefits over silver because it doesn't corrode, okay? So yeah, silver is the better conductor. It's faster. All right. What is the current market on mercury? I don't know. Yeah, fact. Silver is a better conductor. Yeah. I don't know about mercury. I'm not eating ramen noodles. No. Eggs. Zinc. I got blue eyes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All the ladies like my eyes. They don't say it, but I can read their mind usually. Mm-hmm. Come on, guys. Help share this video. So, with silver, there's also medical applications. Silver's antimicrobial properties make it valuable in healthcare. It is used in medical devices. Silver coatings on devices like catheters, and breathing tubes help prevent infections. So they've used silver on catheters. Those go inside your thing, inside the urethra. So you can like pee inside there. I don't know. I don't know too much about catheters, but I don't want one. Okay. Do you eat gold? No. I'm feeling So, wound care. Silver is incorporated into bandages and ointments to promote healing by reducing bacterial growth. Solar technology. Silver plays a crucial role in solar energy. Photovoltaic cells. Silver paste is applied to silicone wafers and solar panels, facilitating the conversion of sunlight into energy. Each solar panel typically contains about 20 grams of silver. That's good. On my Patreon, I have one stock that I'll tell you about that is called, there it is. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but they do silver recycling. Okay. It's a penny silver recycling company. So this stock, I think, is going to be a really good one. All right. So it's on the Patreon for $10. If you got money to invest, you got money to join me on the Patreon, guys. Let's get it. Let's get our money. So not financial advice. You just think gold is bad conductor because your gold chain is really just gold-plated steel. Yeah, this chain's fake, guys. Okay? Sorry, it's fake. I got a fake chain. All right, guys. Hit that subscribe button, guys. Help me out. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get it. Let's get our money, guys. Fake it till you make it. Yeah, exactly. Fake it till you make it. I believe it's okay if you buy a fake watch. Fake it till you make it. Okay? Fake it till you make it. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, guys. Hit that like button. Yeah, buddy. Let's do it. I haven't exercised in like 6 to 8 months. Hey, this is your message, dude. This is your time to start. This is your daily reminder to hit those weights. You gotta work on yourself. You gotta work on your body because it will help you with your confidence. All right. Every man should work on his body. I believe that. All right. Bro has Diddy oil by his computer. Yes. I was Superman most of my life. Push-ups kept me stronger than, okay, just push-ups? Yeah. Push-ups are a very powerful exercise, for sure. What is a good career to pursue? I'm going to become a personal trainer, so I'm taking the courses on that. I would say become a YouTuber, you know? Yeah, if you got a lot of energy and you got a lot of time to put in and you're very dedicated and you're a very hard worker, I think you can make a lot of money on YouTube. Start building your brand. You got to build a brand, okay? I think it's very necessary for men to build their own brand. Let's get it, guys. Let's get this money. Low body fat is very important. Yes. The lower your body fat is, the higher your testosterone will go. The more fat you have, the higher your estrogen will go. All right. You got to get a low body fat, guys. All right. Life coach and personal trainer. Yes. Yes. That's what I do. I'm trying to become a life coach and a personal trainer. Yes. And an investing coach. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get it, guys. Get this money. Hit that like button, guys. Like the video. You're exercising for a better body or just strength? I really want to be physically look good. I want to be aesthetic like Ziz, all right? Ziz. Look him up. Merry Christmas. Build a house. It's not brand. Yes, build a house too. Yes. You got to build a brand and you have to build a house for yourself. I believe that. Every man should try to get his own home. And I believe the best way to get your own house is through the stock markets, okay? Investing, all right? How many Pokemon do you have? I don't do Pokemon Go. I don't do Pokemon Go. I use exercises for strength alone, and I got very strong. Yeah. You know, strength is, it's one of my goals. Yes, but if you're going to become aesthetic, you should also get pretty strong. And remember, strength should not be your only goal because you can be very strong and very fat. The more fat you have, the higher your estrogen. Okay. So strength strength alone as a pursuit is not the best way to go. You should pursue lower body fat levels. You should pursue health. Yes, you should pursue health above strength. Health is more important than strength. It's not all about strength. Yes, if you become stronger, you're probably going to become healthier too. That is true, all right? Just kidding. I'll stop trolling. Merry Christmas. Yeah, tinkering. All right, Merry Christmas. I'm going to get going, guys. Thank you very much, though, for sticking around. I'll do one more flex. All right, guys, please hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be coming at you with more bodybuilding and investing information, all right? Not financial advice.